On the auspicious occasion of the 70th anniversary celebration of His Majesty the King's accession to the throne, Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives and I would like to humbly thank His Majesty the King for all of his hard work for Thai farmers over 7 decades. May we humbly wish His Majesty the King good health, prosperity, with our strong commitment to follow His Majesty's pathway on the integrated agriculture and the sufficient economy for the well-being of Thai farmers and national food security. Long live the King.
Good morning. You're watching Newsline. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning. The program comes to you live on NBT, NBT World and Radio Thailand FM 88. My name is Cholapan Sanarula. It's Wednesday's edition, June the 8th of 2016, and here are the news. In our first story, His Majesty the King was yesterday given a heart angioplasty to treat narrowing heart arteries, according to the announcement of the Bureau of the Royal Household. The 27th statement by the Bureau of the Royal Household said the angioplasty was conducted after the team of royal physicians at Sirirat Hospital had traced an unusual change to His Majesty's electrocardiographic performance. They then conducted a blood test followed by a coronary angiography on June 5th, in which they found a possible lack of blood flow to the heart muscles. They also found that the right artery, as well as a branch of the left artery of His Majesty's heart, became narrower. The doctors therefore decided on Tuesday to open the narrowed arteries by inserting a small tube called a stent, together with a small inflatable balloon and rotablator without the use of anesthetic. The statement said the result was satisfactory and the doctors would continue to monitor the King's condition closely. It added that an X-ray examination on June 4th also found that the excess cerebrospinal fluid found in His Majesty's brain ventricles had come down to a satisfactory level. And now we take a look at today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. The Prime Minister has affirmed that the National Council for Peace and Order, or NCPO, has never intended to cancel the public referendum on the new draft charter. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha, who is also the chief of NCPO on Tuesday, declined to comment on a question about the possibility of the Constitutional Court ruling that a clause in the Public Referendum Act violates the interim charter. He also declined to give his opinion on how to deal with such a verdict. However, the Prime Minister said that even under such a scenario, the ruling should not affect the entire law, adding that both the government and the NCPO have no intention to cancel the process or the draft constitution. He went on to say that the government has allocated a budget of 3 billion baht for the organizing of the public referendum, after some reports claimed that the process will need as much as 10 billion baht. General Prayut maintained that the government may still be able to provide additional funds as necessary. Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister General Prawit Wongsuwan is confident that the annual reshuffling of police officers will be carried out successfully, affirming that the NCPO will not intervene. General Prawit spoke of the recent discovery of errors on the reassignment list, saying he is confident that the matter will be resolved successfully. He revealed that some officers had been included on the list despite their violation of Article 112 of the Criminal Code, because some of the officers had yet to be officially discharged. General Prawit blamed the errors on the police's outdated database, which has remained unchanged for 30 years. The issue rests with the discretion of the Royal Thai Police Commissioner General, Police General Jaktip Chaitinda. General Prawit affirmed that the NCPO will not intervene unless the Royal Thai Police fails to resolve the matter. The Cabinet has approved a bill on land and building tax in which people owning a house worth no more than 50 million baht will be exempt from taxation. Following the Cabinet's deliberation, government spokesman Sansern Kaew disclosed that the bill on taxation of land and buildings was proposed by the Ministry of Finance. Details relevant to the bill will be resolved before being presented to the Office of the Council of State for review. Permanent Secretary for Finance Somchai Sachapong revealed that the bill divides land and buildings into 4 categories. For a single house worth less than 50 million baht, the owner will be exempt from property tax. For houses worth more than 50 million baht, the excess value will be taxed at a maximum of 0.5%, and those who have more than one house will be taxed at up to 0.5% of the combined value. The second category is agricultural land, which will be subject to a maximum tax rate of 0.2%, while the third category is for commercial and industrial properties, on which tax will be collected at up to 2%. The last category is unused land, of which the owner will face a maximum tax rate of 5% during the first 3 years. The rate will double in the following years if the land remains in their possession without purpose. Meanwhile, Deputy Government Spokesperson Major General Wirachon Sukhontapatipak spoke about the other resolutions of the weekly Cabinet meeting.
This action plan will promote the exchange of activities in the area of performing arts, handicrafts, literature, as well as conservation efforts of archaeological sites. This is a precursor to the Prime Minister's working visit to India, which is scheduled for next week. Lastly, to immigration affairs. The Royal Thai government today is pleased to announce the authorization of 2 new countries to be granted visa on arrival. They are the Republic of Fiji and the independent state of Papua New Guinea.
Dr. Som Pravin Manprasert of the Faculty of Economics at Chulalongkorn University said the bill on land and building taxation proposed in the Cabinet meeting will aid in wealth distribution. Dr. Som Pravin said the bill will serve as a positive beginning in tax reform. Existing legislation had allowed the wealthy to consolidate property, creating economic inequality. The proposed law seeks to deter people from hoarding real estate by imposing a tax on individuals with land valued at over 50 million baht. The individuals will then be compelled to liquidate their properties into other forms of assets. Dr. Som Pravin argued that the shift from land to other assets will not be considered a form of tax evasion, but will further the goal of spreading wealth. The Chulalongkorn economist suggested that the government thoroughly enforce the new tax code in order to reap the greatest benefit from its implementation. The National Reform Steering Assembly has signed an agreement to cooperate with various organizations on implementing the national reform process. NRSA Speaker Captain Thinapan Nakata chaired the signing ceremony of the second Memorandum of Understanding on the national reform between the Assembly and the network of 52 organizations. NRSA's Deputy Speaker Alongkorn Polabut said, the collaboration is intended to help achieve the results of the national reform process in all 11 areas, as stipulated in the Assembly's master plan. Through the agreement, the NRSA is determined to set up and develop a reform institute to implement the development of reform leadership, to help execute all reform strategies, to expand the network of national reform-related organizations, and to help promote an accurate understanding of the national reform process among members of various organizations and the general public. Provinces across the country have stepped up the training of teachers to publicize the draft constitution in preparation for the public referendum on August 7th. Chainat Governor Kanit Iem kicked off the training session for teachers promoting the draft charter in the province. The training session was observed by the National Legislative Assembly member Lieutenant General Chayut Promsuk and the Constitution Drafting Committee member Thirachai Nanakon. A total 80 teachers from 8 districts of Chainat were drafted into the training and will be asked to train an additional 2,100 of their peers to cover 505 villages. Similarly, in Trat province, 70 state and military officials as well as volunteers began training for the effort. In Ranong province, soldiers, police and local administrative officials also attended a training session, which will give them the knowledge and understanding of the draft charter needed to prepare citizens for the public referendum in August. Look at the International Commission Against Impunity in Guatemala. Moving on to our next story, the Royal Thai Police has set up a centre to prevent betting on UEFA Euro 2016 and threatened to take legal action against police officers who gamble. Deputy Commissioner General of the Royal Thai Police, Police General Chalerm Kiat Si Warakhan on Tuesday presided over a video conference between police commanders nationwide on the prevention and suppression of gambling of Euro 2016. He instructed police in all areas to gather the names of dealers and expand their investigations. The Money Laundering Act will be used to suppress Euro 2016 gambling. The police will work with military, administrative officers, as well as academic institutions to prevent students from gambling. Police officers who are involved in gambling or permit gambling to take place in the jurisdictions will face both disciplinary and criminal charges. Police Deputy Commissioner General that is, Police General Vinay Thong Song, said the police will keep a close watch on major provinces such as Chiang Mai, Nakhon Ratchasima, Udon Thani and Khon Kaen during Euro 2016. He urged the public to notify the police of gambling or call the hotline 1559. The National Institute of Educational Testing Service has admitted that there was a slight mistake in the recent Ordinary National Educational Test or ONET and is ready to clarify the matter soon. Secretary General of the Office of the Basic Education Commission or OBEC, Karun Sakun has responded to online claims that as many as 5 questions in the ONET exam on social studies recently taken by Mathayom Siksa 6 students had wrong answers and that a number of other questions were also ambiguous. The Secretary General affirmed that OBEC was not involved in the preparation of the exam, while expressing concern for students whose scores might have been affected by such errors. He insisted that the National Institute of Educational Testing Service has been trying to prevent problems from occurring, and officials are looking for ways to ensure the content of textbooks are not in conflict. Meanwhile, after meeting with other officials of the agency, Director Sampan Panpruk made known that only 1 question rather than 5 was found to have been given a wrong answer. For clarity, he said that the agency will unveil all of the featured questions and answers to the public in the near future. And that's it for Thailand Moves Forward. Coming up next right here in Newsline is ASEAN News. Cambodia is moving to register Khon Mas Play as an intangible cultural heritage. But first, here's a quick look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
Don't trust anyone who says, "Trust me." Who's ever earned your trust? I have a friend. He's Thai. He leads a simple life. He finds joy in simple pleasures. He's sincere. He takes to heart the Buddhism belief of using reason and doing good. He follows the King's sufficiency economy theory that advises self-reliance, living without greed and being content with what you have. He shares with others. He takes care of his foreign friends like they're part of his family. And when he's upset, he compromises. He smiles even when faced with obstacles. If you're looking for a friend, what kind of friend would you like? A friend who's ready to lend a hand. A friend that you can be yourself. A friend who smiles at you with sincerity. Trust me. Trust Thailand.
The drought often hits. Here comes the flood. Since nature has changed. But if we understand, smart irrigation can solve. Smart irrigation for food security. Zero hunger. See you there.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. The government has confirmed that Cambodia's bid to register the Khon Mass Play as an intangible cultural heritage will not affect Thailand's concurrent bid, as they can pursue a joint inscription. Deputy Prime Minister Wisanu Kurangam on Tuesday said he had not yet received a letter from Cambodia opposing Thailand's preparations for the registration of Khon as a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage. He claimed it was the responsibility of the Ministry of Culture to consider the matter based on bilateral relations. Culture Minister Veera Rodpojanarat said that more than one country could pursue a joint inscription. In the past, Cambodia, Thailand and Indonesia jointly registered shadow plays as an intangible cultural heritage. Thailand is also requesting the World Heritage listing of Thai food, Thai boxing, Nora dancing and Khon respectively. The Ministry of Commerce has pointed to Cambodia as a viable market for Thai market expansion and investment, especially for farm goods. Commerce Minister Apiradi Tantraporn said she recently received a report from the Department of International Trade Promotion Office in Phnom Penh that agriculture-related products are in high demand in Cambodia. The report explained that farm production in the country has fallen behind demand and driven up prices of farm goods. At the same time, the Cambodian government is supporting investment in the agricultural sector, creating demand for farming machinery. The office noted that the situation poses opportunities for both Thai farmers and machinery manufacturers, emphasizing Thailand is especially poised to satisfy demand in Cambodia due to its proximity. It urged Thai producers make the most of this opportunity. The report also mentioned that Cambodia's improving economy has increased the spending power of its citizens and led to a growing need for health products and organic produce. Since the advent of the ASEAN community, the Thai language is playing a more important role in Cambodia. It has become one of the languages used in Cambodia's business dealings. Our correspondent Kun Prapamon Arya Sukwat has more details.
In recent years, Phnom Penh, the capital city of Cambodia, has been changed rapidly in many aspects, especially in its economic circumstance, to welcome the ASEAN integration. In the regard of human resource development, that has been evidently seen among the people of new generation, very keen on enhancing their Thai communicative skills for over 10 years. The Cambodian students have realized the importance of a third language other than their existing native and English language. This is because they consider the third language will bring them better prospect of employment as well as security of living.
ภาควิชาภาษาไทยของเรามันเปิดสอนภาษาไทยตั้งแต่ปี 2005 ครับแล้วต่อมาถึงปี 2013 ภ ภาควิชาไทยของเราก็ได้เปิดสอนหลักสูตรระยะสั้นซึ่งเป็นหลักสูตรหนึ่งที่มีนักเรียนสนใจเรียนอย่างมากแล้วสุดท้ายถึงปี 2014 นี้ครับเราก็ได้เปิดเป็นปริญญาตรีเลยครับเราเห็นว่ามันความสำคัญระหว่างไทยกัมพูชามันทางด้านเศรษฐกิจโดยเฉพาะการค้านักเรียนส่วนมากก็เขาเริ่มสนใจในการเรียนภาษาไทยเพื่อการธุรกิจเขาก็เริ่มเหมือนเปลี่ยนบางคนก็เปลี่ยนทัศนะที่เขาต้องการเมื่อก่อนว่ามันจะแค่เรียนเพื่อการท่องเที่ยวเพื่อการบันเทิงแต่เปลี่ยนเป็นการทำธุรกิจกับคนไทยนะโดยเฉพาะในช่วงที่เราเปิดอาเซียนประชาคมอาเซียนในปี 2016 นี้ครับ
Learning the languages of ASEAN neighboring countries has played a much more important role since the region actioned the ASEAN formal integration. Many say that never think that Thai language is just unimportant. It is a language not only commonly used in all corners of Thailand, but also in some other neighboring countries such as Laos and is currently becoming a top hit in Cambodia. Many Cambodians learn Thai to raise to the edge on their businesses, dealing with big numbers of Thai tourists as well as other ASEAN visitors that will be increasing in the near future.
ตอนแรกก็คิดว่าเรียนภาษาไทยก็โดยที่เป็นความบันเทิงของประเทศไทยมันดังมากโดยการที่ฟังเพลงดูละครดูรายการต่างๆนี่ครับก็ทำให้ชอบภาษาไทยมานี่คือเป็นสาเหตุแรกๆแต่มาต่อมาอีกก็โดยการที่ได้เข้าเรียนหนูก็ได้โชคดีที่ได้ติดทุนการศึกษาแล้วก็หนูก็เก็บโอกาสนี้มาเพื่อจะใช้ประโยชน์แล้วก็พัฒนาตัวเองด้วยครับ
The need to learn the Thai language continues because there are more business ventures setting up in Cambodia, and this is important for the people who know and use the Thai language very well. They will be able to find more opportunities and more benefits in those business and good employment. Besides, we can expect more Thai experts to offer a variety of Thai courses in Cambodia in the longer term. Camera work by Kitisak Wanapop. I'm Papamun Arya Sukhawat for NBT World.
In other international news, tow trucks removed the wreckage from a car bomb attack in central Istanbul which killed 11 people and wounded 36 others, while another car bombing in Iraq's holy city of Karbala killed at least 5 people and wounded 10 others. In Istanbul, the car was detonated as police buses passed in the 4th major bombing in Turkey's biggest city this year. The blast hit the Vesnegila district between the headquarters of the local municipality and the campus of Istanbul University, not far from the city's historic heart. It shattered windows in shops and a mosque and scattered debris over nearby streets. The police bus that appeared to have borne the brunt of the explosion was tipped onto its roof on the side of the road. A second police bus was also damaged. The charred wreckage of several other vehicles lined the street. Meanwhile, in Iraq, a car bombing also struck Iraq's Karbala south of Baghdad. The bombing took place as the Shiite majority community in Iraq marked the first day of the fasting month of Ramadan. Ramadan started on Monday, June 6 for the Sunnis. Islamic State, or IS, the ultra-hardline Sunni group that controls parts of Iraq and Syria, has claimed most bombings this year in Iraq. The Iraqi army, backed by Shiite militias, launched on May 23rd an offensive to dislodge IS militants from Fallujah, their stronghold west of Baghdad and north of Karbala. And that's all the time we have for today's edition of Newsline. Thank you very much for joining us. If you do have any suggestions or comments, please write to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. And today we end the program while showing you some lovely pictures of a baby camel named Alexander Hamilton from Chicago's Lincoln Park Zoo. I'm Cholapan Sanarula. Hope to see you tomorrow right here in Newsline. Sawasdee ka.